Who here, show of hands, really loves to play Oboe d'amore? That will definitely be me as well. So today we'll be exploring this beautiful Oboe d'amore, and if you're into that, it's highly recommended that you stick around. Hello and welcome back after a nice and refreshing summer holiday. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to be exploring this beautiful Oboe d'amore. You seem to really enjoy the comparison videos, and this is going to be not so much for the instrument, and by the way, it's not at all like a promotional video or anything like this. I got this beautiful instrument because I'm going to be playing it next week in a concert, and I thought it would be fun to test it. And also, if you notice, this instrument comes with 2 bells, so you know what this means. There's going to be comparison. And let's first have a look. I don't know about you, you probably know this instrument very well. It came something, I think around 15 years ago, don't quote me on that. But it's quite interesting because it does come with these 2 bells, and that's great. I mean, why not? And I wanted to see what's going on. I never actually had the chance to try it properly. I always played on a lore, which I think is the staple. It's fantastic. But today we have this instrument. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna try how it is, since I really have to play it. And we don't really have many opportunities as oboists to play the d'amore. I don't know about you. Let me know, how often do you get to play the Oboe d'amore? I don't. Actually, when I was a student, there was a beautiful lore instrument that I got to use for a few years for different Bach concerts. I even played in my final recital. I loved it. It was fantastic. I never actually had the chance to try this one. So let's have a look what's going on here. More specifically at the bells. We have 2 bells that are very different from each other. So what's going on? Why? We're gonna test that. Let's start with the one that looks more like a d'amore bell. It still is quite different though, because the lore, for example, bell has this very perfect pear shape, very round, and this one is different. And the interesting thing here is, in the inside, that there is quite a big step. This is something they also do with their oboes. It's almost like as if the bore has been prolonged until here and then gets thinner. So that's interesting. We're gonna see how it sounds. And then we have this very different bell that is just going very open. How is that going to result in the sound? I don't know about you, I'm very curious about this. We're going to have a test. This time it's not going to be blind. I guess if you wanted it to be blind, just don't watch and just concentrate on listening at how it sounds. Headphones are recommended. So let's get into the test. We try, we see how it sounds. After that, we're going to discuss a little bit more. Okay, so what did you think about the difference? I wanted to share a little bit more about the feeling that I get from the difference between the bells and also overall about the instrument itself. Maybe you have also played it. Share with me what do you think? Overall, my impressions are really good with the instrument. It's very light and it's just so easy to play. Honestly, it makes it like a walking in the park. So that's something that with the Lore, for example, I always had a little bit of intonation issues, a little bit of feeling a little bit unsure about some things. With this one, it's just so reliable and stable. But let's talk about the difference in the bells. The difference is quite clear, and I think that's a good thing. If you're gonna make two bells for an instrument, they might as well be very different from each other, so that you can use them maybe for different things. Let's talk a little bit about the different feelings with the different bells. I honestly, this one is also longer. I can feel that with this one, that it is longer and there's more depth somehow in the sound and in the feeling. With this one I feel a little bit more restricted. Although I think the sound is more even with this one. And it's a little bit more like what we used to hearing from a Demore. And this one is, I think, created for achieving a different kind of sound. This one gives you a little bit different colors and different vibrations in the sound. It reminds me more of the feeling of playing oboe, and this one more playing the Demore. To sum it up like that. Let me know what you think. And generally about the instrument, honestly, this is such a reliable instrument that I didn't even have to adjust anything. I made the reed and I started playing. That's pretty much it. It's honestly, so many things are improved on this instrument compared to others. I think, in my opinion, the intonation specifically also just so easy to play. And with the Lore, for example, I remember having issues with the intonation here and there. But I have to say though that the Lore has this very special focus in the sound, this color, a little bit more depth, a little bit more, how to describe it? There is some kind of tension in the sound. This one is almost a little bit too easy, but it's really, really good. If I would be shopping for the Demore, I would definitely consider this instrument. Of course, I would want to try as many as possible and then make the decision. This is not at all a marketing video trying to say buy this instrument. It's just really cool. It's nice. That's pretty much it for today. Just a quick one. If you haven't seen my comparison video of the Marigo bells, check it out. It's nice to see you again. Make sure you stick around, subscribe, and if you find my content valuable, I would appreciate if you want to support it. Links are in the description. And with that all said and done, see you guys very soon. I have some exciting things coming up, so make sure you stick around. Have a great day. Have a great season, everyone.